Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and you know what? For today on Sunday, let's play some Standard with some Standard Simic Merfolk. Oh yeah, we've got all the tools to make Merfolk work in Standard with the new upgrades that came from Core 2020. So if you want to see some Standard Merfolk while it's still in action, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into a little bit of deck tech and gameplay, we're going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com. And from Commander, Cube, Kitchen Tabletop, and MTG Arena, themanabase.com is your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And the Magic Mastermind. The Magic Mastermind is a culmination of pros that are going to give you the proper coaching to take your game to the next level and reach your MTG dreams. For more on that, go check out the Magic Mastermind. So, we've got... Oh, we're lagging a little bit. For some reason, you know what? I thought it was just me. Like, oh my god, my computer's lagging while I'm trying to record videos. But no, this is not the case. MTG Arena is in Lagville. Everyone is lagging with MTG Arena, so it's not just me. But we're going to run the same list that I ran last time. We've got 4 Benthic Biomancer. We've got 4 Kamena Speaker. 2 Spell Pierce, 2 Unsummon. Not sure what we're going to do with these cards, but you know, nice flexible cards. Oh, what happened to my... Am I removing cards? I want them to come back. We gotta get these things back. They have an MTG Arena. Kamena. Spell Pierce. Oh, there's too many spells. Too many spells in this game. And Unsummon. Excellent. Alright, we'll show your picture then. Okay, we got our 4 Silvergill Adepts, our 4 Merfolk Tricksters, 4 Merfolk Mistbinders, 4 Deep Root Waters, because it's a pretty damn good card, and we can play it even at flash speed with Leyline of Anticipation, and then from there we can play the right cards at the right time when we want to exploit our opponent. Do you want to put more beef down? Do we just want to maximize on tokens? Well, that's going to be up to, you know, the board state. And we have Seafloor Oracle because when you're behind, all you have to do is play Seafloor Oracle, attack with some of your dinky creatures, and fill your hand back up with cards. And one of my favorite cards in this list is Repudiate and Replicate. For blue, you are able to counter an activated ability or trigger, whether that's from a Planeswalker, whether that is from a Goblin Chain Whirler. There's a lot of activated and triggered abilities, but Replicate gives you extra copies of basically everything in your deck. And more copies of Seafloor Oracle, more copies of Merfolk Mistbinder. So, you know, we only have 4 Lords in the deck, but thanks to Replicate, we can have more Lords than that. We can copy Silvergill Adept and guarantee that you have an extra card and that you got value out of it. So really liking Repudiate and Replicate, and we can play it at instant speed with Leyline of Anticipation. It's basically, Leyline of Anticipation is basically the Ether Vial of MTG Arena, being able to play our cards at flash speed. And because of that, we have the option play creatures, or do we unsummon them, or do we unsummon stuff, or do we spell pierce their spells? Sideboard, we got some more spell pierces for all those control decks that are rampant in Standard. More unsummons. I'm not even sure where I'm bringing this in. Kasmina's Transmutation to make certain creatures lose all their abilities. So we're going to put that on big creatures with a lot of abilities. Negate for control and combo. Same thing with Wizard's Retort. And Tempest Caller for any matchup with a lot of creatures that gum up the ground. We're going to want our Tempest Callers to help clear the way to attack for victory. Alright, so with that, let's get into our gameplay. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. I do really like this version of Merfolk. I mean, again, this is not super competitive. Like, I haven't took it to Mythic or anything like that, but, you know, for F&M, to play with your friends, it's going to be perfectly fine. I just wouldn't bet bringing it to a GP. Not that the deck isn't bad, but I haven't refined it in any way. I'm sure, like, the sideboard is totally up to you. You could take out all 15 cards, put in your own 15 cards, but I'm pretty pleased with the main deck. A lot of people are asking me, well, why don't you play the Cutthroat? Nikachu, why don't you play the new Brineborn Cutthroat? And it has Flash. It would work with Leyline of Anticipation, but maybe it's possible. Maybe it's better than, say, Spell Pierce and Unsummon. Maybe it's possible. It's the champion of the parish of Merfolk. But aside from that, pretty happy with the rest of the numbers. I couldn't complain based on the games last time. I absolutely could not complain. What, are we doing something? Are we going somewhere? Something's happening. Alright. Versus Skepsis. We have the option, we're going to play. Yeah, we're going to keep this. It's not the most beautiful hand, but it's not really something I want to throw away. We can replicate our Silvergill and then draw more cards with Seafloor Oracle. Just not going to do anything this first turn. Oh my god, it's like the lag got worse! It's like the lag got worse. But we're definitely going to play, like, turn 2 Silvergill Adepts, show them the Seafloor Oracle. Well, we might play Benthic Biomancer next turn. Okay, we're going to show them the Benthic Biomancer. Yeah, I know. Opponent's probably going to play Opt. How are we going to beat this Merfolk deck? This dangerous Merfolk deck. Okay, pending what our opponent is doing, what they're on, we might be playing like Benthic Biomancer, hold up the Spell Pierce and the Repudiate Replicate. So what is this, Drake's? Is that what our opponent's trying to tell us? Oh no, it's some sort... Yeah, it could be the Drake deck. I saw Terramander go into the graveyard. Okay, we'll play a Benthic Biomancer, something that they know about. Please play land. Oh yeah, get in there for 2. So I plan on just holding up our spells and playing Merfolk Trickster at end of turn. We'll probably have our incredibly good turn if we can play this Seafloor Oracle and get in like 3 hits. That should be a very strong play. So they did nothing. Alright, well, let's put the Trickster on the battlefield. See if that gets a reaction out of them. Okay, they counter it. That's fine. So this gives us a pretty good situation to play the Seafloor Oracle and then attack with 2 creatures and draw 2 cards. Do I really want to do this? Yeah, I do. Like, even if they play, like, Crackling Drake next turn, like, who cares? It is not going to be a problem. Crackling Drake is the least of our worries. Although, I don't actually see a good way of attacking into it right now. We have a lot of options. We can activate the Benthic Biomancer, toss one of the lands in our hand. Oh, baby. Okay, so... I think we're going to play Merfolk Mistbinder, make our team bigger. If they try to steal Sabotage, I might just let Mistbinder get countered. There we go. And then we've got Repudiate and Spell Pierce up if need be. Now, Repudiate does not necessarily counter like any particular spells, but it can counter triggered and activated abilities. Another option I didn't really think about was like maybe repudiating the, replicating the Seafloor Oracle. I cannot counter this, so we'll let it resolve. This is why I love the Seafloor Oracle. You keep drawing cards. Like, it's going to be really hard for our opponent to, like, catch up against us when we keep drawing, like, 3 more cards than they do a turn. Our hand is full, so, like, even if you wipe out some of these creatures, like, who cares? I don't care. Let's play Forest. Oh, did I play a land this turn? I might have played a land this turn. I have 5 lands in play. Okay, I'm going to end the turn. Yes. Guess we're going to have that resolve. I could repudiate this, but I'm just not. Activate a triggered ability, that one can resolve. We're drawing way more cards than they are. Yeah, I guess they're not going to do anything else with their turn, so I'll activate the Benthic Biomancer. It's a lovely day to go out with the Benthic Biomancer in the steamy hot jungle. It's the Crackling Drake that has lost his way. Another one of these things. Okay, that looks good. We'll just dump Forest, I guess. So how close are we to killing our opponent? Well, I guess I'll play a Merfolk Mistbinder and then replicate her. And then that means all my creatures are 4 power. And then if our opponent wants to block with the Crackling Drake, then they die. Sorry, well, the Crackling Drake dies. Play an island. And I'll attack with everything. I mean, if we lose the Seafloor Oracle, then, well, we lose the Seafloor Oracle. It's a sacrifice I am willing to take. Or to make. There's no good block here. And our hand is still just full of cards. Absolutely full of cards. Even if they wiped out the board, I could play, like, Silver Gill Adapt into Commander Speaker into Replicate and copy Silver Gill Adapt. Alright, 2 life. Gotta do something amazing! I hope this is not the beginning of the end, but it's not. It's the beginning of their end! Alright, so Simic Merfolk again, just completely overwhelmed. The Drake deck. I have no idea if that deck is any good anymore. Once upon a time it had its time in the sun, but maybe not anymore. We're gonna move on to sideboarding. I don't even know if there's anything I want to sideboard. Maybe some... I don't know. I like all these cards. I mean, there's cards you could bring in, but I think I'd just rather be more aggro than not. Because Mina's Transmutation looks okay. Giant Creature just becomes a 1/1 creature. That looks good. Maybe we'll take out 2 Spell Pierce for it. Put that on a Terramander, put that on a Crackling Drake. Put that on any big creature, really. It seems alright. It's alright. It's alright. Well, this hand has Leyline of Anticipation, but no creatures to cast off of it. So it's going to be a mulligan easily. This hand is acceptable. And I think I'll dump the Transmutation again. Although I have to admit, I have nothing to replicate here. Okay, maybe we'll take away one of these things. I have nothing good to replicate. So we're going to keep 6. Dump the Repudiate. / replicate. Oh, I have to drag it, yeah. Well, that doesn't help when the client's lagging like crazy. We're going to start off with Hinterland Harbor. Oh, actually, no. Do you know what? Maybe we won't. Because next turn we could play Hinterland Harbor. We can put it into play tapped, and that would be okay. So we'll start actually off with Unclaimed Territory, Merfolk. And play the Commander Speaker off of it. And then next turn we can play Benthic Biomancer and play the Hinterland Harbor, even though it comes into play tapped. And attack for 2. Well, we drew an island, so that changes everything. We will play the island, attack. And probably play a Trickster on their turn, just to be mana efficient. This unsummon, by the way, is not necessarily for... It's not necessarily for their creatures, it's also for our creatures, just to save them. I'm trying to think what sweepers they play. Yeah, they play something. I'm just gonna pass. Play Trickster at end of turn. I don't care about your Steel Sabotage. I can't remember what it's called, but there is some sort of 2 damage sweeper, some sort of pyroclasm effect. Wow, I don't want you right now. Attack. 4/4. And if we ever need Trickster again for like a Drake or something, well, we can still unsummon Trickster and then replay it. That's it! That's what I'm talking about. I knew it! I knew there was a 2 damage sweeper. Okay, so let's exchange this card for this card. Let's take our Cometa Speaker back. Because we can redeploy the Cometa Speaker and a Benthic Biomancer this turn. Fiery Cannonade. Yeah, so we still have a bit of a board going on. Didn't we take out like 2 Spell Pierces for this Kasmina's transmutations? We'll attack for 3. If they have another Cannonade, well, I wouldn't be happy about that. I could pump up the Benthic Biomancer, but again, if I pump it up, if I adapt, and another Fiery Cannonade is played, I will have used up a lot of mana, and I won't get to adapt. Sure. You are very sad, Drake. So this is where the transmutation is going to come in handy. We're probably going to dump this Leyline to the Benthic Biomancer adaptability. I cannot play Silvergill Adept. Alright, so let's turn this Enigma Drake into a nothing, a nobody. Make it easy to attack. Like, our opponent could very likely have Opt here, and they'll put an Opt in the graveyard and then block our 2/2 creatures. This just makes attacks a lot easier. Now there isn't any good blocks. That's right. You see? You don't want to block. And put a breeding pool in play. And another. And if they were to try to wipe the board again, I'd probably just unsummon... Well, I'd probably unsummon Benthic Biomancer and play Silvergill and Benthic Biomancer. Curious Obsession. That is a good card. Well, I mean, it resolves. It's good because I think I have to unsummon this now. If they draw 2 cards a turn, I mean, I'm going to lose that battle very easily. Oh, he's back. Oh. So does our opponent really have Opt? Maybe not. Okay, I will play Silver Gilladept first. Because if I have to play my Trickster in combat, then I can't play the Silver Gilladept afterwards. Show the Merfolk Trickster. It's not bad. Okay, so I will attack here. And hope that they actually don't have any instant for 1 damage. Oh, sorry, they don't have any 1 mana instant. Because it seems that if they had, like, I don't know, Shock or Opt, they would have played it earlier. This Enigma Drake is literally just a 1/4 creature. And now the Enigma Drake can't attack into us, because then we can play Merfolk Trickster. Oh, forget it. Okay, so this thing's getting more... Enigma Drake will get bigger temporarily. Okay, in response to Storm Tamer, we'll play the Trickster. We gotta remember, they got this beacon thing again next turn. Because it has Jumpstart, Beacon Bolt, deals damage equal to number of instants. There's the total number of instants and sorceries you own in exile. That was a pretty good draw. That's gonna put the hurt on our opponent. It's going to draw out... Hold on, what is Beacon Bolt? It's a sorcery, so if we play Merfolk Mistbinder, it'll just get eaten. But we could just attack for 4, put our opponent down to 5. Well, I assume that something's going to get blocked, but maybe not. Maybe they'll just take 6, go to 3, then play Benthic Biomancer, we adapt it, and play Merfolk Mistbinder on our turn. Okay. So I'm actually going to hold back the Merfolk Mistbinder in our hand so that the Beacon Bolt won't get hit by it. Just gotta hope for no Fiery Cannonade. So our opponent does preserve their life total. And we just end the turn. So if they Beacon Bolt and then pass, we can play Merfolk Mistbinder and attack through the Enigma Drake. Not that it has Island Walks, just that if you kill 1 creature, and I'll be attacking for 9 next turn. Yes, this will resolve. Ooh, another blocker. Yeah, that resolves too. Well, we're still in good shape. I mean, they're down to 1 card. I know they've got... Oh no, they just have a Steel Sabotage in the graveyard. So we're still going to have a profitable attack next turn. They can only block 2 creatures. 1 will die. Their thing will die. It's a good... It will be a good exchange for us. I would love to keep that Commander Speaker, but we just can't. Damn, if we just waited a turn... Oh no, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Okay, so we're going to play the Merfolk Mistbinder, attack for... Actually, it's going to be a clean attack. We're not even going to lose anything. Enigma Drake can only block for 2 damage. So we're going to get in 3 damage. Our opponent is going to lose a creature. And that's that. And then they're definitely going to need to, like, rip a Fiery Cannonade off the top of their deck to have any damn chance for the rest of this game. If I were to take a blind guess, I think our opponent's last card in hand is was it Steel Sabotage? No, sorry, Sinister Sabotage. They've had a lot of cards in hand the entire game, and they have not been playing them, and they never had an opportunity to play these counter spells because I've been playing at instant speed with the Merfolk Trickster, or I've been getting underneath them with the with all the cheap spells, Commenda Speaker and the Benthic Biomancers. And then when our opponent needs to like deal with something, like with the Prophetic Bolt, they're constantly tapped out from actually playing that last card. Oh god, what is this gonna do? Something scary's happening. 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. And our opponent's taunting us. Nice! So what do we want? We want... That's not bad! That's not bad. You get 2 of these wipes? That's ridiculous. Definitely needed that earlier in the game. But you know what? With our opponent at 2 life, it's probably just as deadly. Each opponent gets an emblem. At the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 1 damage to you.
No pressure.
So the best thing that we could draw right now is Merfolk Trickster. Holy crap! Our opponent's top decks. And right when we need it, we don't get anything. Our opponent can activate Terramander next turn, hit us for like a ton.
Hope it's not too hot for you.
No, it's not too hot for me. Who needs the taunting emotes when you just have a Chandra Awakened Inferno on the table? Interesting that they leave the Drake behind to block, because I mean if I have Merfolk Trickster you're dead anyway. Jeez, this is like awful. Deep Root Waters would have been fine earlier, but ripping 2 Deep Root Waters off the top of my deck afterwards, no, not good. So I think we could bring back the Spell Pierces and maybe remove... Well, they've got a lot of sweepers. So I don't like the Unsummon. We'll take out Unsummon. It's sort of an attrition-based matchup. Maybe we don't need this. Or as many. And we'll bring in all the Spell Pierces to deal with Fiery Cannonade and Chandra. Yeah. Be nice and cheap. Some nice cheap interaction. But based on how that game played out, looks like there's it's harder for our opponent to activate that the Drake that gets bigger for all the cards in the graveyard. Ugh. We're gonna keep this. It's a bit awkward. Bit awkward because we're gonna probably just empty our hand before the Deep Root Waters gets online. But once Deep Root Waters is online, we start making a lot of creatures really fast. Is this when I cast a creature or when it enters the battlefield? So Replicate and Repudiate doesn't do anything there. So I'm playing the land first before I attack. It gives that means I'm threatening to adapt the Biomancer if they dare block with that Terramander. Don't you dare do it! Don't dare with the Terramander. We will... I will just attack. For one. If they play Curious Obsession, I would for sure... That is weird. Okay, so you want to do that pre-combat? Because they could have attacked and drew a card. I don't know what bad stuff's going to happen, but we're going to let this resolve. It's not card advantage, technically. And then we'll try to counter the important thing. But, like, yeah, you could just attack. You just dumped a mountain for nothing. We'll pay 2 life, we'll play our Deep-Root Waters. And Repudiate and Replicate are looking pretty poor right now. Pretty poor, not gonna lie. I've seen better Repudiates and Replicates. Maybe we can hit this Terramander before it tries to adapt. Well, there we go. Okay, we got a little bit of something going on now. Alright, we'll start attacking for 2. Two damage at a time. That's all it takes. 2 for Tuesdays. Let me know any restaurant you know that takes a 2 for Tuesday. I'll play a Benthic Biomancer if it lets me. Okay, let's start getting the chain going, and then... Assuming if our opponent taps out in any way, I'll activate the Benthic Biomancer at end of turn, and if not... If they don't tap out, then I'm going to hold up the Spell Pierce. I really don't want to get blown out by Fiery Cannonade at this moment. Okay, so this is a good spot to adapt the Benthic Biomancers. Our opponent is so confident. I waste Repudiate and Replicate, copy our opponent's spells. I want to copy their Crackling Drake. I'll dump one of the Repudiates and Replicates. That makes this a little bit complicated, but I guess not too much. I'm just going to play the Comena Speaker. Or am I even going to do that? I do want to hold up Spell Pierce. Well, I can't hold it up against, like, Fiery Cannonade forever. And Chandra's not coming out for another 2 turns. Okay, so we'll attack with, like, 3 Benthic Biomancers. Now I'm attacking with these because whatever the Crackling Drake blocks, I can just activate the ability and then it doesn't die. Ideally, I think I want to see a land, but I'm not sure. Ooh, that is good. I'll get rid of the other Repudiate and Replicate. And yeah, we can't play around Fiery Cannonade, so we'll just play the Commander Speaker, add to the board. I mean, assuming our opponent rips one more land, I cannot play around Fiery Cannonade with our Spell Pierce. Oh, they didn't have the land. Damn it. Alright, let's try to rebuild. Rebuilding time, rebuilding time. Why didn't it use the forest? Whatever. So the Kasmina's transmutation is going to get like a little blocked off by the Siren Storm Tamer. Not much I can do about that. Oh, it looks like they had the land last turn anyway for the Fiery Cannonade, so I couldn't play around it much except to not put the creature in play. Shoot. This is a great card, but it's pretty useless at this point. My opponent's taunting me. My go. Yes, it is my go. Is there any way we can get out of this? It looks incredibly bad. We have another Crackling Drake. Alright, we're dead. We're just stone dead. Not recovering from here. Good game. Thank you very much. And given how, like, long this match takes because of the lag, I think we're going to cut it out here for today. And, well, don't worry, we're going to have more Standard Merfolk. This is not going to be the end of Standard Merfolk. There's more Standard Merfolk on the way. Maybe we're going to have Standard Merfolk on Sundays. If there's one thing I could do differently in this matchup, maybe I should burn the Spell Pierce earlier when they had the Charter Course. You know, there's no guarantee that this Spell Pierce was going to hit any of my opponent's spells. If they're anticipating it, I guess there's just not much I can do about it. They'll just wait for the extra mana and then play their Fiery Cannonade anyway. And if my opponent gets to 6 mana, maybe it's too late. I should try to just kill them off in the earlier portions of the game. But I don't have any other thoughts. Maybe you have thoughts on how to beat the Drake's deck. It's not really a new archetype. It's pretty old. It's been around the block. We've been there, done that. But that's going to be the game for today. We're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com and the Magic Mastermind for being our sponsors. This has been Nikachu playing Standard Merfolk in Standard.